Alright, let's start with a question that's way more interesting than it sounds. Why is it that every time we watch a sports match, someone's trying to sell us a betting app? Like, I'm here to see Coco Gauff crush a tennis ball, not to risk my savings on third set odds. But here we are. The source material I got is a weird mix of gambling warnings in 12 languages and a plug for a live tennis match. And that's the perfect microcosm for what I want to unpack today. Because this isn't just about tennis. It's about how every single sport on your screen is quietly bankrolled by an industry that thrives on addiction. Yeah, I said it. Let's dive in. Let's talk about these gambling ads first. They're in French, German, Portuguese, Russian, every language under the sun. Why? Because the gambling industry isn't just global. It's aggressively borderless. They'll take your money no matter where you're from. But the addiction? That's your problem. Notice how every warning says 18 plus, but then immediately lists a helpline? It's like selling cigarettes with a footnote saying also cancer. In my opinion, this isn't responsibility, it's liability management. They're not trying to stop you from betting. They're covering their backs when you do. Now, the tennis match. Alina Korneeva versus Coco Gauff. Flashscore is hyping this as must-see tennis content. But scroll down, the first thing they mention isn't the player's stats or rivalry. It's the H2H stats, head-to-head, which, in betting terms, isn't about competition, it's about odds. What this really suggests is that even the way we consume sports is filtered through a gambling lens now. Want to know who's winning a match? Great. Want to know who's 3.5 sets ahead in public perception? Here's a breakdown of their last 5 games. Coincidence? Absolutely not. Sports media and bookmakers have become symbiotic. One feeds the narrative. The other monetizes the anxiety. But here's the deeper issue. Why is the default model for sports coverage to push gambling? Let's take a step back. When you see these 18-plus warnings plastered over every highlight reel, it's not just a legal requirement. It's a cultural confession. We've normalized betting to the point where a teenager watching a tennis match assumes ads for risk addiction are part of the game. And that's terrifying. The ATP Tour, the WTA Tour, they're not just sports leagues. They're multi-billion-dollar ad platforms for industries that profit from compulsive behavior. One thing that fascinates me is how we've accepted this as just how it is. But it's not natural. It's engineered. So where does this leave us? Personally, I think we're watching the slow erosion of pure competition. When every rally in a tennis match feels like a setup for a betting line, something's off. This isn't about morality, it's about intentionality. The sports we love are being weaponized to normalize risk addiction. And the scariest part? Most people don't even notice. They'll watch Korneeva versus Gauff, check the odds, place a bet, and wonder why they're suddenly checking their bank account instead of the scoreboard. What this raises is a deeper question. Can we separate our love for sports from the industries trying to monetize our attention spans? I don't have the answer, but next time you see that 18-plus warning, maybe pause and ask yourself who's really winning here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And no, I won't be taking bets on this one.